Okay, guys, as soon as we get this going, we're going to have some trivia happening here. In the meantime, I would like to welcome all of you to Horror Timeline's Trivia Night. It's the first time that I've done this. I'm hoping that this is a kind of a fun idea. I think it'll be pretty entertaining. I'm looking forward to this.
We are very entertaining.
Yes, of course. I think it works, right?
Like no one knows how entertaining I was on the dead last Friday the 13th episode.
Yes.
That never be seen now, but I was very entertaining.
Well, let me kick that off by introducing that is Buzz. Buzz is actually a producer and cameraman and all around film guy.
I wouldn't call myself a cameraman.
Well, I thought didn't you do camera in you ran camera in some, am I wrong on that?
Many years ago.
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore, and I would never purport myself to be any remotely good at it.
Well, the Buzz actually worked on and had quite a bit to do with the Never Sleep Again documentary about the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and also Crystal Lake Memories, which was the Friday the 13th documentary, which is great stuff that I had watched quite a long time before I ever met you.
Also did a fair amount of work on the Scream Factory Halloween box set.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
I basically had my hands in almost every horror franchise at this point.
All the behind the scenes stuff, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I did there's a piece on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Blu-ray. I shot and produced like a little doc on the location of the original movie that's on the Blu-ray. I produced and directed the Critters box set in co-production with Michael Felsher of Red Shirt Pictures, who does a bunch of the Scream Factory stuff. Also did, I haven't done anything for Hellraiser, but we did Halloween, obviously Nightmare and Friday. There's another big one that I'm missing. Oh, Scream. We did the A&E Scream, The Inside Story, which is a very good doc. It's actually on the little like 4-disc collection package.
Very cool. And also Buzz is the producer of an amazing film that we need to let people know about, because not only are you responsible for this movie, but my wife, the Movie Timeline's wife, Christy, also played a part in Psycho Granny, which is a great movie, it's a Lifetime movie, but it ain't no Lifetime movie that you've ever seen before.
Listen, Lifetime is where you go to make, like, that's where the exploitation movie lies now. We're no longer going out to the desert on somebody's ranch with a 16 millimeter camera and just shooting stuff, Herschel Gordon Lewis style. Now it's, you make a low budget Lifetime movie with all those tropes, everything kind of happening, and that's kind of where the exploitation movie lies. So don't knock it till you try it.
Well, if you can, it's on there. I think it's
streaming on Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Hulu, right? Yeah.
Yep.
It's on Hulu. It's Psycho Granny. It's fantastic. It features the amazing Robin Riker as a Psycho Granny. It has a stretch from Texas Chainsaw 2.
Yeah, well, Caroline Williams, from TCM2. It's directed by Rebecca McKendry. So if your audience is fan of Shockwaves, the podcast Shockwaves, Rebecca McKendry is the director of Psycho Granny, who was, when I read the script, I was like, I bet Rebecca would really be into this. And turns out she was. And that's how I met you, was because Marianne Wunsch was my production manager on that movie, and she recommended your wife as a wonderful costume designer. And I went, great, I trust that rec. And then halfway through shooting, she was like, you need to talk to my husband because he's a hardcore horror fan. I think you'd really get along with him. And I can't remember when we met, but it was very clear that you and I were on the same wavelength.
I do, because when we met, I was in a Jack Burton costume because it was a Halloween party.
That's right. Was that our rap party, or did
it wasn't our rap party? Yeah,
it was a rap party. Yeah, we did like a Halloween rap party because we like finished October 29th or something.
Well, so here's the rules for horror trivia. So this is what we're doing tonight. We have 9 rounds of questions. The questions are the rounds are either 5 questions, 6 questions, 7 questions. I think there's one that's 10 questions. They're all pretty quick. They're pretty rapid fire. They each have a different theme. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the rounds, and basically we're going to say the round 1, and I'm going to have a series of questions. What you guys need to do is have a separate browser open or have it on your phone or some such. What you want to have it set up, and you're going to want to create an email, and you want to create it to the movie timelines guy at gmail.com. That's where you want to send it to. Let me just make sure it's the movie time. Yeah, the movie timelines guy with an S. Not if you put the movie timeline guy, it won't get to me. So for each round, when we finish the round, you want to get that email sent off. So when we announce the round is finished, we'll have about 2 minutes to fill in your answers and email it off to us. And we will then tally up the scores. So basically, if you've got a browser, open up that browser right now, start an email, the movie timelines guy at gmail.com. And then we will start reading off the questions. So here's a couple of little extras that you can kind of get here. Each question that you answer will get you 1 point. So you get a point for every correct answer. If you are a patron, if you are one of my patrons on patreon.com, mention that in the email, you get a bonus 3 points just for the whole game. So if you're a patron, you get 3 points just to start you off with. No matter what, 3 points are yours. Also, one of the prizes that we have for you guys tonight is a fantastic gift basket from Don Francisco's Coffee. We've been giving them away. This is the final giveaway I have from them, which is pretty awesome.
Which, guys, you really want to win this? I'm not being paid to say this. That coffee is my favorite coffee. Josh told me earlier today that they were sponsoring, and I legit buy, like, I can't even find the big cans. I don't know where they are, but I buy these little cans at least like twice a month. The vanilla flavor is the best coffee ever. Highly recommend you play your ass off so you can win this, or just go buy it because they're great. I'm not being paid to say that.
Well, and I will also say too, I'm also not being paid by Don Francisco. They just donated a bunch of awesome prizes to you guys as well. So not only can you win the gift basket, but they also have a $25 gift card to use on their website. So if you're a coffee fan, this is your ideal prize. If you're not a coffee fan, it is a great Christmas gift to give to somebody else. So
now I wish I was playing because I want to win.
I know. Well, thankfully, we know the guy. The guy hooked me up with some coffee, so we're all good there. Also, some other prizes that we have for you guys. I'm going to the winner will not only get that, but we'll also be giving away a Horror Timelines T-shirt as well to one of the winners, and so that is also in the prize mix. If you are one of the like 3 or 4 people that already have a Horror Timelines T-shirt, you can pick one of the other designs that I have available. If you want the Dead Last T-shirt, you can have that. There's a couple other options up there for you. Also, some other prizes that we have for you guys. I'm going to. What happened there? We also have some stickers that we're going to give away. Also, a Horror Timelines phone case. Couple fun prizes that we're doing. So there it is. Also, here's the thing too. This game can be played not live. So this video will be up after tonight. So if you want to play the trivia challenge and not win the prizes, you can still play along and see if you can get them all right and send me there for answers. So we will begin that up there. And I feel like there's something else that I need to say. Oh, yes, there is one other thing to talk about. So when you send the email with your answers on it, and again, just repeating this one last time, that you want to send those answers to the movie timelines guy at gmail.com. If you, during a round, feel very confident about all of your answers, like you think every single one of them is right, you can, underneath the email, write the Grady twins. And if you rate the Grady twins and you have all of the answers correct, you will double your score for that round. Get 2 times the points. But if you miss one of the questions, if one of them are wrong, you get 0 points for that round. So keep that in mind when you're writing. Also, you can only use the Grady twins once. So you only got 1 shot at the double points. So there you go. Also, just to clarify, we're not going to have a winner tonight. But, I'm going to tally up all the scores after the game is over. It's probably going to take me a while to do so, and I don't want you guys staring at a screen with me going like this for an hour. So we will be tallying them up after the contest. One last thing to say. 2 things that we don't want to do. You have a limited time frame from when we give the answers to when you have to get the email off. No Google, guys. Come on, it's honor system. No Google. If you don't know the answer, it's just a fun game. So we're not doing that. Also, the live chat.
Cool, guys.
What's that?
Said cheating's never cool, guys.
It's not. And I cannot find a way. I have tried. It might have been somewhere in the setup, but I don't know. I cannot find a way to disable this live chat. So unless you are being a complete spoil sport, please do not give away the answers in the live chat. That's not cool. I might have to, if I do so, I'll have to click the remove button because we do have a time delay on this. So here we go. We're going to start the first round. So before we start the round, I want everyone to make sure that you have an email set up with an email being ready to send to the movie timelines guy at gmail.com.
Do you want me to type it in the chat?
What's that?
You want me to type it in the chat?
Actually, it looks like a couple people did. It looks like 3 people posted up there. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for doing that. And as I'm looking at the chat here, I see a comment from Robert Ragland, who I know is a patron. Thank you, Robert. And he said that he wants to know if spelling counts, and spelling, it doesn't really count. If it's something that's like really garishly off, I might have to take it off. But if you miss like 1 or 2 letters, if it's pretty clear, I understand what you're getting at.
We got to throw out that whole round where we have everyone correctly spell every Cenobite's name.
Oh yeah, that round is now ruined. All right, so
it's not that
here
hard.
we go.
I think it's like Pinhead, lead female, Cenobite.
I know, female. All right, here we go. First round, round 1. Are you ready? The first round is movie monsters. All of these questions have to do with monsters. Question number 1. Q, the movie Q, is about a dragon in New York. What does Q stand for? And yeah, spelling would be.
Speaking of spelling,
I'm not really that particular spelling on that one. Question number 2. In Tremors, a full-size creature is a graboid. What are the other 3 versions of their life cycle called? Question number 3. A prehistoric dinosaur known as a Rhedosaurus, is that right? Rhedosaurus attacks a lighthouse in this 1953 monster movie. What is it? Question number 4. We all know the film as Pumpkinhead, but they actually changed the title for a little while before smartly going back to Pumpkinhead. What was that title? And finally, question number 5 on this round. According to the director, what was the final monster supposed to be in the 2020 film Underwater? So those are your 5 questions for that round. You've got about 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes to send me the email to the Movie Timelines guy for the first round. Basically what it is plugging in. After a certain amount of time, we will cut off. I'm going to write down the cutoff point, and that will be the email. The email is not through there yet, but I think that some of those are pretty freaking hard, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Have you seen Underwater yet, by the way?
I have seen Underwater, and I actually thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was one of like the 2 movies I was able to see in theater before the world collapsed. But I'm glad that was one of them because it was awesome.
I did a video which was the 10 best movies that I had watched during quarantine, um, in the early days of quarantine, and that was one of them. I think it was number 10. It was like, it wasn't my favorite of the ones that I watched, but I watched a whole bunch of movies, and that was one of the ones that I liked. So it's good. If you haven't seen Underwater, check it out. And yeah, if you haven't seen Pumpkinhead, what the hell?
I mean,
the hell is that about?
that's the one we definitely need to, everyone should see.
Yes, yeah.
It's the best.
What's funny is a long time ago I had a poster hanging up for Pumpkinhead. I don't know what happened. I lost a lot. I used to have a lot of movie posters, and I have no idea what happened to all of them. In one of my moves, it got lost. But I had a poster that had the original title on it because it was going to be this alternate title for at least like up until like 1 or 2 months before release. So I'm starting to get some answers. All good. Keep them coming in there, guys. I'll give it about 1 or 2 more minutes to keep getting these answers in. What is behind you? What's that guy behind you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's no one. There's no person there.
There's nothing there.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a shark head. I thought it was a person, but it is a shark head. So
yeah, there's no one behind me.
Okay. Oh yeah. Now, okay, I can see now. Oh man.
This is how all my work Zooms go.
I like that. That's pretty great.
Always like halfway through a production meeting, and someone's like, "Who's behind you?"
Oh man. That's cool. I like that. Okay, so we'll give it 30 more seconds, 30 seconds to get in that time, and I realize that there's going to be a little bit of a time lag in between the thing. So I'm looking at the chat here, and it seems as if some of these were pretty hard. I see some chat in here.
They were really hard questions.
I know. So, all right. Well, okay. So I think that's about time. So if I haven't gotten your email by now, then it will not count. But it looks like I've gotten a bunch of emails, so that's good. So we're gonna move on now to the second round. And Buzz, this round is all you, my friend.
Taking it away. All right, guys.
Real quick before Buzz starts off, let me just say, you want to now get another email prepped because you're gonna basically have 9 emails out to me. So
just keep them coming. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So this next round, round 2, is aliens. So these are all horror films that have to do with aliens. There'll be 6 questions, and let's get started. Besides Charlie, which character appeared in all 4 of the first Critters films? Besides Charlie, there's one other one. Okay, number 2. In Night of the Creeps, space slugs cause folks to turn into zombies. What other horror film features space slugs that also turn people into The Walking Dead? Totally not a ripoff.
I don't know, but actually 2 great movies.
Yes, actually, agreed. All right, number 3. The Thing and its 1982 remake were both adapted from what horror novella? Need the name of the novella. Okay, and number 4. Everyone knows who Gort is and his code words, Klaatu Barata Nikto, but what was his alien boss's name? All right, and number 5. What type of creatures were the villains in the movie Life Force? You don't need to know the name of the species or anything like that. Just what kind?
Like in general. Yeah.
Generally, what kind of creatures were they? And number 6, in the Alien 3 director's cut, which is a far superior film, and I recommend everyone watch it, The facehugger impregnates what type of animal instead of a dog? The theatrical, it's a dog. In the director's cut, it's a different type of animal. All right, I'm going to read through them one more time for you guys because I know this goes by fast. And who knows, maybe I lagged out and you didn't understand me. Number 1, besides Charlie, which character appears in the first 4 Critters films? In Night of the Creeps, space slugs turn people into zombies. What other horror film also has space slugs also turning people into zombies? Number 3, The Thing and its 1982 remake were both adapted from which horror novella? Need the name of the horror novella. Number 4, everyone knows who Gord is, but what is his alien boss's name? Number 5, what type of creature were the villains in Life Force? And number 6, in the Alien 3 director's cut, instead of a dog, what kind of animal is impregnated by the facehugger? And that is round 2.
I've never, I don't think I've seen that. I know what the answer is, but I don't think I've actually seen the director's cut of Alien 3.
Seriously?
I don't think I have. For some reason, I think I've seen like, I've definitely seen almost every variation of Aliens, but I don't know if I've seen the director's cut of Alien 3.
Listen, Alien 3 director's cut. Alien 3 is always kind of like one of those weird. I love it. I understand why people hate it because it's a terrible sequel, but it's a great movie.
Yes.
And the it's not the director's cut. It's called the assembly cut because Fincher has nothing to do with it. But it really is a much different, well done movie. I love me a good Fincher movie, and Alien 3 is really solidly made, and you actually know what happens to characters. People don't just disappear from the movie, and you know it makes a little bit more sense. Still kind of unforgivable that they kill those 2 characters in the beginning, but
yes.
But it's a good movie. Bad sequel, good movie.
Well, I will also. This is not so much a spoiler, but just something to look forward to. Although I don't have it planned for, I think, the next couple of episodes. But one of the upcoming episodes of Dead Last is going to be the Aliens and Predator movies combined as a Dead Last. Like to find out which is the best Alien movie and which is Dead Last. There's a lot of Dead Lasts in the Aliens and Predator and the AVP.
It's literally
universe.
It's literally like Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, and then Predator, Predator 2, and you're done.
Well, it's funny. Alien 3 was a movie that when it came out, I hated it. I hated it. Hated it. But over time, I've come to appreciate it. I like it a lot more now than I did when I was younger.
Random Gaming 2.0 has never seen any of these except for Aliens.
Oh, man, you should see Critters.
Critters, man. Critters is the shit.
Actually, you know what? I take it back. Even more so than Critters. You need to see Night of the Creeps, man. Night of the Creeps is like probably one of the best 80s horror
also
flicks.
the Thing from Another World and The Thing.
Oh, yeah, that's
like, those are like The Thing is my all-time favorite horror film.
Well, here's another sneak preview for you guys, because I know you guys really digging these unanswered question videos that I've been doing lately. We're going to do unanswered questions about The Thing. Because there's a lot of like questions. There's a lot of things in The Thing that are like up in the air about what's going on.
Don't be sorry, homie. I'm just jealous that you get to experience these movies for the first time. Never get mad at anybody for not seeing something. Always just be excited for them that they get to actually experience it.
Yeah, absolutely. Check these movies out. You're in for a world of treat.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, Life Force is another great one. Toby Hooper.
All right, I've got a bunch of entries here. I've got a bunch of entries in here, so that's good. So we give it about 10 more seconds, and I'm going to move on. In the meantime, somebody asked, was Childs a thing? And that is absolutely one of the questions, because I think I have a pretty definitive answer on that. So
I do too.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. But we're now going to move on to round 3. So if you have if you've got your email browser up I want you to pull it up and set up another email for the movie timelines guy at gmail.com, because we're going into round 3, which Buzz tells me is the hardest round. So I guess we'll see. We'll see if this is the hardest round.
No, your last round's the hardest round, but
Okay.
this one is, out of the theme rounds, this is the hardest one.
All right. So this round is called It's All Relatives, and this has to do with family relations in horror films. So, question number 1. What was the name of Jason Voorhees' niece? I don't need her last name. Just give me her first name. Or I'll take her last name, I guess, too. Either one. Either her first or last name. I'll accept either one. Question number 2 is a multiple choice. Which of the following people close to Sidney Prescott was not revealed to be a killer? Was it her boyfriend, her brother, her niece, or her cousin? One of those people were not a killer. Question number 3. Maggie Burroughs was revealed to be Freddy Krueger's daughter in Freddy's Dead. What was her birth name? Obviously, her last name was Krueger, but what was her first name? Question number 4. Is Cheryl Ash's older or younger sister in The Evil Dead? So in The Evil Dead, Ash had a sister, Cheryl. She was in the cabin with him. Was she his little sister or his big sister? And then finally, you got a 50-50 shot on that one. 50-50 shot, guys. Question number 5. In the film Basket Case, the little guy in the basket is Belial. What's his brother's name? I'll go over these really quickly. Question number 1. What was the name of Jason Voorhees' niece? A hint there is you can find the answer in Jason Goes to Hell. Number 2, which of the following people close to Sidney Prescott was not revealed to be a killer? Her boyfriend, her brother, her niece, or her cousin? Question number 3, Maggie Burroughs was revealed to be Freddy's daughter in Freddy's Dead. What was her birth name? Question number 4, is Ash's sister Cheryl? Is she older or younger than him? And finally, question number 5, in the film Basket Case, the little guy in the basket is Belial. What's his brother's name? All right, those are the questions. We'll give a few minutes for those answers to come in. Basket Case is another one that I feel like a lot of people haven't. That may be the least seen movie on here, because we got the Friday the 13th franchise.
Really don't
Nightmare
think Jason Goes to Hell is not the least seen one.
I know. Got Evil Dead, Scream, and then Basket Case. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see if people know those ones. Having just watched a couple of those franchises for Dead Last episodes, a lot of those were fresh on my mind.
Fair. It makes sense. I'm trying to find a theme background for this next theme round.
Okay, nice. Yeah, this is the next one. The next one's hard. I think this is pretty hard.
This one's not hard.
Some of them are hard. Some of them are easy. Some of them are hard. We'll see. We'll see. But one thing I didn't have in there, which could have been about relatives, is I didn't have anything about relatives in the Halloween series. But
probably for good reason.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't matter anymore. They wiped the slate clean.
I know.
None of that's canon.
I'll probably be talking about that. I will be doing a Halloween unanswered questions video as well too down the road. There'll be a lot of things in there, but well, I don't know what Halloween has a bunch of things of just like, wait, what? Why?
I can't even go into it without my brain kind of crossing itself and then starting to cry.
Yeah. Also, I put the word out to the patrons already, but there is the next episode we're going to be working on for Dead Last is Halloween. So the patrons will be getting me their lists in for the Halloween movies in the near future. We're not shooting that for like another month. So there's time, but that'll be one in there because I'm really curious to see, because I mean, obviously the first movie is going to have to be the best, right? But I know. I guess we'll find out. We'll see what everyone thinks is the worst. Because I think that there's 3 definite contenders for that.
For the worst Halloween?
For the worst Halloween, absolutely.
I mean, it's fun. Oh no, it's Resurrection. It's gotta be Resurrection.
I don't know. See, what about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2?
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is incredible.
Okay, I'm turning. How do I click you off?
I mean, it's not good, but it's incredible.
Okay, so I think that's enough time. So we're gonna move on to the 4th round now. So again, open up your email browser and get ready to send me another email. I'll say it one more time. I feel like we've said it a bunch. I'm even gonna type it in the chat right here. It's themovietimelinesguy@gmail.com. There it is right there. It's in the chat. I've said it. They'll probably see it in the chat before I actually say it because of the lag.
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. Did we say we were allowing the double down?
Yes, it's called the Grady Twins.
Grady Twins. Yeah. Well, this is a 10, question round. So if you're going to double down on something, this would be worth quite a bit of points. Just saying. But it's a little hard, so we'll see how everyone does.
There's a couple hard ones in here, I think.
All right, guys. So what I'm going to do, this is round 4. I am going to name you a fictional location. Most of these are towns. Some of them are just the name of the place. And you're going to tell me what movie it's from. Pretty simple. Everyone ready? Here we go. Number 1, Santa Mira. I could tell you what it's home to, but then I'd kind of give it away. But it's very prominently placed in the movie. There's a big sign that says, "Welcome to Santa Mira, home of the..." Number 2, Antonio Bay. Right next to Spivey Point. Okay, number 2, Antonio Bay. Number 3, Santa Clara. There's one thing that really just can't stand in Santa Clara. All the damn blank. Number 4. This one's a gimme. Amity Island. Number 5. Potter's Bluff. Number 6.
Wait. Can I interject on something? Because I think that number 3 is not Santa Clara. Santa Carla. Santa Clara.
Sorry, Santa Clara.
Question number 3 is Santa Carla.
Santa Carla. Yes, you're right. I wrote it wrong. Good double check on that, Josh.
Oh, no worries. Oh, so somebody put it in the chat as well, too. Thank you, Barry.
Appreciate it, Barry. All right, where were we? Number 6? All right, I read number 5, which is Potter's Bluff. Number 6 is Quista Verde. Number 7, Woodsboro. Number 8, Hobbs End. Number 9, Outpost 31. And number 10, Grover's Bend.
There's one in there that I think I told you on the phone earlier that I think is really hard. The rest of there's a couple in here that I think are difficult, but like if I had sat down and thought hard enough about it, I think I could get. But there's one that I would not have gotten, and that's the Potter's Bluff one. The Potter's Bluff one, I don't think I would.
It's a good movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time, so there you go. Yeah. I want to review what it is.
It's good stuff. I'm going to read them over again one more time.
Yes, yeah, there we go.
Number 1, Santa Mira. Number 2, Antonio Bay. Number 3, Santa Carla. Number 4, Amity Island. Number 5, Potter's Bluff. Number 6, Quista Verde. Number 7, Woodsboro. Number 8, Hobbs End. Number 9, Outpost 31. And number 10, Grover's Bend.
All right. I'm going to give a minor hint on Cuesta Verde, but I don't think that will reveal anything for anybody. But Cuesta Verde, it is actually a location that I intend to go to in order to do the timeline for. And that's actually why I haven't done the timeline for that series yet, is because I want to go there. So to film
it's in Santa Clarita, right?
It's Simi. So,
okay. Well, I'll give a hint for Cuesta Verde. It is very close to the same neighborhood where they shot E.T.
Okay, that's a good hint. If you're familiar with 80s.
If you're familiar, especially if you already know the answer to it, you're like, oh, that's a gimme. But that should help some people kind of go into the right place.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter Denori said, surprise, Bodega Bay isn't in there. Well, Bodega Bay is actually a real place. I picked all fictional places, but one of these places, Antonio Bay, happens to shoot some scenes in Bodega Bay.
Robert, I will allow a addendum. If anybody now knows the answer and wants to send in an addendum to change their list or to change that answer, I'm okay with it.
This Wayne Butler fellow is just giving away answers here.
Not anymore. So if you want to give away answers in the chat, I'm just gonna delete them as soon as I see them. So please don't, because it's not cool.
Thank you, Yazzie. He said it was a good round.
Bodega Bay, also Bodega Bay could be a couple movies, because not only was it The Birds, but Bodega Bay is also Puppet Master.
That's right. Yeah. And the movie I said for Antonio Bay, it's also, no, it's not. There's a lot of stuff that's shot up there by that particular director. I believe he used to own a home up there.
All right, so we're gonna basically go a few more seconds here, and then we're gonna start up with the next round. I'm excited about this next round.
I just wish we could play the songs.
I know. Well, but it would ruin it. Well, I guess we could play parts that don't say the words.
Yeah.
So this next round is called theme songs. So before we start this round, you're gonna want to open up your browser, get another email ready to go to the movie timelines guy at gmail.com, and get ready to send that out. Here's what it is. This is movie theme songs. I'm going to name a band, and you have to tell me which movie they did the theme song for. Now, here's two things about this round. The first one is the name of the song is the name of the movie. So remember that, because one of these questions, one of these clues is kind of a trick, because I guarantee you're going to think it's one thing, but the answer is going to be nothing else. But are you ready? So here it is. I'm going to name the band. You tell me the movie that they sing the theme song for. The theme song being the name of the movie. Number 1, Dock In. Number 2, Fastway. Number 3, the J. Giles Band. Number 4, 45 Grave. Number 5, the Dickies. Number 6, the Ramones. And number 7, Motorhead. So, I'm again going to remind you that the name of the song is the title of the movie, or a part of the title of the movie. If it's like, say, the subtitle or something like that. But there you go. Those are the hints. Those are the clues. I'm going to run through them. I'm going to run through them again quickly. Number 1, the band is Dokken. Which movie theme song did they write? Number 2, Fastway. Which movie theme song did they write? Number 3, the J. Giles Band. Most known for My Girlfriend is a Centerfold. Number 4, 45 Grave. Number 5, The Dickies. Such a great song. Number 6, The Ramones. If you don't know that one, I'll be mad.
Yeah.
And number 7, Motorhead.
I mean, that's my jam.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Motorhead's awesome.
That was the one I added when you sent me the question. I was like, you don't have the Motorhead song, bro. Also,
I know
you didn't have a Man Behind the Mask, but that was it doesn't have the title of the movie in the song.
Yeah, there was a couple that I originally had put on there, and then I switched the theme to be that the title of the song says the title of the song is the title of the movie, and then that actually altered things.
Oh man, Random Gaming 2.0 just said he's never heard of any of these bands.
Oh man,
dude, hop on Spotify, just start perusing the catalog for Motorhead. Your life
man,
changed.
Yeah, there's some good music ahead of you, man. You got some good music ahead of you. I mean, the Ramones, man. There's
Ramones are great. Yeah, there's a lot of great bands on that list.
And the best part about the Ramones and Motorhead is that you really only have to listen to 3 songs from each. Because if you listen to 3 songs from each of those bands, you've heard their entire catalog. And I'm saying that as a fan of both of those bands.
Fair. It's a fair assessment.
We're going to give a few more minutes here for these emails to come in. I'm getting a lot of emails, guys. This is great. Thank you. I'm getting a lot of participation. You guys want some coffee, and you guys want some T-shirts. It's all pretty cool.
I have some Don Francisco's right here.
Nice, very nice.
In a non-Jaws cup.
Yes, they are all horror movies. All of them are horror movies. Some of them maybe horror comedy-ish, but more horror. Definitely not romantic comedies or anything in there. They're all horror flicks. I only know 45 Grave from like 1 or 2 songs, and it's pretty much the movies that we're talking about. So.
Oh, now I really wish we were doing that still horror round. I sent you. I was about to be like, oh, well, he's gonna love this next round. Oh wait, yeah, we're not doing it.
If we got some time, maybe we'll sneak it in there. I don't know. All right, we'll give about 1 more minute, and then we're gonna move on to the next round, which is round 6. That was 5 rounds. All right. Getting a lot of good stuff here.
Huh. Motorhead wrote a song about the Ramones. They were huge fans of each other's work. That delights me.
Oh, yeah. The Ramones! The Ramones!
Right. Yeah.
Man. Motorhead's awesome, man. My timeline, I have a timeline video coming out this Friday that actually has Lemmy in it. I don't mind revealing it to you guys. Look for the Class of Nukem High timeline this Friday. All right, so here we go. So we're going to move on to round 6. Buzz, take it away.
All right, here we go. Round 6. This is, besides the horrible locales, this is my favorite round because this is my favorite genre of horror movies. Nature Run Amok. These will all be questions about Nature Run Amok films. So let's get right to it. Number 1, in what 1977 film does a shirtless Leslie Nielsen wrestle a bear?
That is a hard ass question.
It's not, because if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what movie I'm talking about.
I know.
It really just comes down to, oh yeah, that's from that. All right, number 2, in Arachnophobia, one of my favorites, what country was the deadly species of spider originally from? Number 3, in Piranha 3D, Richard Dreyfuss makes a cameo reprising a role from another film. Who is that character?
Great movie.
Oh yeah, Piranha 3D is awesome. You got You got answers going on in the chat, by the way. They're wrong answers, but you got answers in there. All right, number 4. Special FX guru Bob Matty was one of the main architects of Bruce the Shark from Jaws. What other deadly sea creature did Bob make, and for which classic film? Name the creature in the movie.
It's another one that's pretty hard.
Yeah, I'll fully admit I pulled that from a Jaws round I did at Dead Right Horror Trivia, in which I had to admit that I was wrong about something from Jaws per the screen. That's a very long story that maybe we can get into later, but I had some Jaws questions left over that I was like, hey, I'll throw this one in. Number 5. Dances with Wolves Academy Award-winning cinematographer Dean Selmer first danced with what animal in this 1984 Australian outback nature run amok film? Name the animal and the movie.
And this is a great movie. If you haven't seen this one,
phenomenal.
This is a movie that's awesome. We'll talk about it.
Robert, I will read everything over again, and if you're still not sure on question 3, I can re-clarify it.
Here we go again. Here's
number 1.
Here's one more time for you guys.
In what 1977 film does a shirtless Leslie Nielsen wrestle a bear? Number 2. In Arachnophobia, what country was the deadly species of spider originally from? Number 3. In Piranha 3D, Richard Dreyfuss makes a cameo reprising a role from another film. What character is he playing? So he played this character in another movie, and he reprises the role and plays it again in the beginning of Piranha 3D. Number 4.
Such a great bit.
Oh, it's hilarious. Number 4. Special FX guru Bob Matty was one of the main architects of Bruce the Shark from Jaws. What other deadly sea creature did Bob make, and for which classic film? Name the creature and the movie. I'll give you guys a really big hint on that one, since it is hard. That movie is a Disney film, but not animated. Number 5. Dances with Wolves Academy Award-winning cinematographer Dean Selmer first danced with what animal in this 1984 Australian outback nature run amok film? Name the animal and the movie. If you know the movie, you know the animal. If you know the animal, you know the movie. It's pretty simple.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know if this is a hint or not, but it's essentially the title.
Yes. Kind of. Yeah.
And I guess this is a sort of a roundabout clue. I don't think it's that much of a revealing clue, but that movie is by the director of Predator 2. Wait, no.
No, it's
wait,
not.
No. It's shoot.
No, it's by the director of
Nightmare on Elm Street 5. Nightmare on Elm Street 5. That's what I was trying to get across.
Nightmare on Elm Street 5 is the director of Predator 2. Neither one of those movies have anything to do with this movie.
Wait, do I have that totally mixed up? All right.
Yes.
All right.
Philip Noyce directed that movie, the one we're talking about. He directed a great film called Dead Calm in the early 90s, starring Sam Neill and Nicole Kidman. That's one of the greatest horror thrillers you'll ever see.
Oh. Wait.
No, wait, it's the same DP, not the director. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's because I'm like, am I going nuts here? All right, so we'll give about one more minute here, and then we're gonna move on to the next round there. I'm looking up at the. I haven't looked at the chat.
Oh yeah, director of that movie directed Highlander.
Oh yeah, there you go. And Highlander 2, right?
Oh God, I hope not.
Awesome.
That'd be brutal.
Okay, so there we go. That was round 6. We're moving on to round 7. There are 9 rounds in total that we've got going here. 9 rounds in total. So This is round 7, so get your email ready to go with another entry. I think this round is actually fairly easy. There's 1 or 2 in here that are kind of hard, but I think this is actually this is one of the easier rounds in my eyes. So here's how this round works. I'm going to name a famous actor. You need to tell me what horror film was in the early part of their career. It's like the skeleton in their closet. Where did they get their start? All right, so most of these are pretty easy. I think there's one in here that is, I think, especially hard, but the rest of them are not that hard. So are you ready? So I name you the actor. You tell me what horror film did they start off in. Number 1, Leonardo DiCaprio. Number 2, Jennifer Aniston. Number 3, Jason Alexander. Number 4, Jennifer Connelly. And I don't know if this is a clue or not, but I will accept either title. Number 5, Charlize Theron. Number 6, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Number 7, Shannon Elizabeth. Number 8, speaking of Piranha 3D, Adam Scott. Piranha 3D is not the answer because he did that later in his career. He did a horror movie very early in his career. What was that one? Number 9, Viggo Mortensen. And number 10, George Clooney. There's kind of 2 answers to this. I'll accept either one. There's one that's a little bit more accurate, but I'll take either one. So there you go. That is 10 famous actors. I'm going to read their names again. Tell me, what horror movie did they start off in? Number 1, Leonardo DiCaprio. Before he wrestled with a bear, he did this. Number 2, Jennifer Aniston. Number 3, Jason Alexander with hair. Number 4, Jennifer Connelly. Number 5, Charlize Theron. Number 6, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. And if you missed this one, you have not been watching Horror Timelines because that movie was covered not that long ago. Number 7, Shannon Elizabeth. Number 8, Adam Scott. Number 9, Viggo Mortensen. And number 10, George Clooney. So there you go. Let's get those answers in. We'll give you guys about a minute or 2 until they come in. Are you typing up to see which one?
No, I was asking you a question that I didn't want to ask out loud.
Oh, okay. Yes, you can. Yes, absolutely.
Sweet.
This just in, we're extending the round. We're actually going to do 10 rounds. We have an extra round that we are doing. So.
Oh no, I was just saying instead of it. But if you want to do all 10, we can.
No, let's just do all 10. Why not? We got time. I mean, I feel like we're on a good schedule. I mean, you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Seems like people are down with it. So we'll see how it's going. We'll give them about 1 more minute on that one. Haven't gotten a lot of answers yet, but so I'm assuming people are still typing. There's some pretty good movies in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But there's also some absolutely horrible.
Yes. Yeah.
Actually, no. Now that I'm looking at it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 in there that are good.
Yeah.
Out of 10. So, yeah. And none of them are. There's only like 2 of them that are like, holy crap, those are really good.
Yeah. There's some of them that I like more than I think other people do. I think I have a little bit partial preference to some of them, but some of them are not that great. So we'll go for like 1 more minute, and then we'll move on to the round 8.
Randomness,
yeah. Round 8.
It's just a hodgepodge of stuff that Josh was like, yes.
Yeah, it didn't quite fit in any of the other rounds, so it just got
Just stuff that you wanted to ask.
Yeah, pretty much. Just things that popped into my head, and I'm just like, I can't make this work with anything else. So here it is. All right, here we go. We're gonna go ahead. Buzz, go ahead and take it. Take it.
Will do. This first one's a multiple choice, correct, Josh?
Yes, it is. It is multiple choice.
All right. Round 8. Random. These are just your hodgepodge of general horror movie trivia. Here you go. Which of these movies did not feature Robert Englund meeting his doom? A. Urban Legend. B. Strangeland. C. Python. Or D. Hatchet. Which of these movies did not feature Robert Englund meeting his doom? Urban Legend, Strangeland, Python, or Hatchet? There can be only one answer. Number 2, the Puppet Master puppets aren't the only full moon foes to the demonic toys have faced. What other property did they cross over with? So the Puppet Master puppets aren't the only full moon foes that the demonic toys have faced. What other property did they cross over with? And number 3, what late celebrity, or let's just say cultural icon, did the narration for The Toxic Avenger for? Right, we can call him cultural icon, right?
We can call him, you could basically call him a god in my mind.
Yeah, so what late cultural god icon did the narration for The Toxic Avenger for? And number 4, what kind of sharks are represented in the original Deep Blue Sea? Just what kind of species is the shark? They say it.
Yeah, quite a bit.
It's really just that one scene with Sam Jackson. It was like, what does a
Yeah.
Number 5. The filmmaker who created the Feast trilogy is the son of which famous Return of the Living Dead actor? Also, one of the stars of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. He also has a cameo in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know if anyone caught that.
I'll have to do a Feast timeline eventually. I mean, it all takes place like in the space of like 2 or 3 days, but I should probably cover
I think
that
it's
at some
literally
point.
like
Feast.
48 hours. Like, it's not, yeah.
It's a really short time frame. I'm going to throw in a bonus question just because it was from that round I eliminated. I'm throwing in a bonus question in this round, so just because it's a question that makes me laugh. I originally had a round on horror noir. They were all horror, like African American horror series or movies, and there was one question that I just really like that I'm just going to bring into this round, and it's just this. LL Cool J has faced down killer sharks, and he's also faced down Michael Myers. But what is his hat like?
So
that's the question.
I do love that movie though. That's like my favorite movie of 1999.
Yeah, it's great stuff. All right, so that is round 8. I'm gonna let you go ahead and do the round 9. And then we'll close off with the super challenge round. So if you want to do the still horror round, we'll do that next.
Yeah, you want to save
a few more minutes.
You want to save super challenge for the last one, or you want to?
Yeah. I want to end it off with
the hard
super
one
challenge.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
guys, the final round on this is questions that I find that are particularly hard. So
they were difficult.
Yeah. What's funny is I'll give like 1 more minute for these other things to come in. Last night I ran over these questions with my friend Derek, who you guys know from the Dead Last series. He's one of the co-hosts on there, and it was kind of funny because he did really well on he did really well on the ones I thought he did well on the ones you thought were hard, and he did badly on some of the other ones. We got a last minute call to repeat the questions because we want to run through those really quickly.
I can do that. I thought I read them twice as we were going through, but I'll read them through again. Number 1, which of these movies did not feature Robert Englund meeting his doom? Urban Legend, Strangeland, Python, or Hatchet? Number 2, the Puppet Master puppets aren't the only full moon foes the demonic toys have faced. What other full moon property did they cross over with? Number 3, what late celebrity did the narration for The Toxic Adventure for? Also known as geek cultural icon God. Number 4, what kind of sharks are represented in the original Deep Blue Sea? And number 5, the filmmaker who created the Feast trilogy is the son of which famous Return of the Living Dead actor?
And the bonus question is,
what is LL Cool J's hat like?
LL Cool J is face down sharks, and he is face down Michael Myers. But what is his hat like? All right, so you got about a minute or two, and then but we're in the meantime.
That's Kaylin Templeton. If you're saving the hard ones, what are these?
I mean, they're hard. I mean, it's trivia. It should be kind of hard, right? So I don't know.
I mean, these are about on the level of what we have to deal with at Dead Right Horror Trivia, which is the Grand Prix of horror trivia events.
Yeah, there's some of those on there that just make me feel like an idiot. I'm just sitting there like, I don't know anything about horror.
Yeah, you're like, I've never even heard of that movie. Yeah.
All right, here we go with round 9. Buzz is going to take round 9. It's actually we were originally going to do just 9 rounds, but we're going to add in one more round here. So this is the 9th round. Go ahead, Buzz.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do this round because I'm one of those horror fans that gets really prickly when someone's like, isn't that more of a psychological thriller and not a horror movie? And my answer is always, F you. Horror is a large umbrella. It encompasses a lot of films. And, I like to adopt all movies into the horror genre. They don't just need to be slasher movies. They can also be, these things we call psychological thrillers. So this round is called Still Horror. These are all films that people try to claim are thrillers because they're really good and maybe won an Oscar, and so they shouldn't be the evil redheaded stepchild of the horror genre, but they are. We count them. So let's get started. Number 1. Which famous Pittsburgh director makes a cameo as a detective in Silence of the Lambs? Which famous Pittsburgh director makes a cameo as a detective in Silence of the Lambs? Fun fact, I have been to that location where you see this director in the movie. It's really cool. And it is in Pittsburgh, which is why the director is in this scene. All right. Number 2. How much money does Marion Crane steal in the beginning of Psycho? Answers in the chat.
Yeah. Mike Rose, if you are just joining us, we're not putting answers in the chat. You have to send an email off with the answers. So we're submitting them through email.
All right. Number 2. How much money does Marion Crane steal in the beginning of Psycho? Number 3. What beer does Frank Booth hate? And what beer does he prefer to drink? Now, I really would appreciate it, guys, when you submit your answers that you type the full quote.
Yes, I would also appreciate that.
Because it's really how it should be done. Again, what beer does Frank Booth hate, and what beer does he prefer to drink? Number 4. I really want to say it. Or yell it.
I know.
Number 4. What 1980 horror film is Donnie Darko watching when Frank the Bunny asks him why he's wearing that stupid human suit?
Real quick. There was a question to clarify on the Psycho question, the original or the remake, but the original.
For number 3,
the Marion Crane,
or number 2.
Yeah, in the original.
I don't consider. Yeah, here's my thing. I'm always referring to the original, unless the remake has a different name, or I'll just say in the remake of the movie.
Yeah. But yeah, in the original Psycho, how much did Marion Crane steal?
Correct. And then, number 4. What 1980 horror film is Donnie Darko watching when Frank the Bunny asks him why he's wearing that stupid human suit? A film shot at the Aero Theater in Santa Monica. That I didn't realize.
I did not know that.
I didn't realize it until, I had moved to LA because I watched that movie when I was a teenager, and then moved to LA and I went to see a screening at the Aero, and I looked up and was like, is this the theater from Donnie Darko? And it was. So that's fun. Number 5.
I have a very complicated relationship with the movie Donnie Darko, by the way.
Yeah, I love Donnie Darko, but I think everyone has a complicated relation with it because that movie doesn't make sense. Number 5, Brian De Palma's masterpiece, Blowout, reunites which 2 Carrie alumni? That's an easy one.
Not that easy, it's not super easy. I want to actually clarify, because I love Donnie Darko, but I apparently hate what the movie's actually supposed to be, because I think that the movie's great the less you know about what the director intended.
Correct. That's why no one bought it when they had a director's cut at Sundance.
Oh my God, I hated the director's cut.
I've never seen it because everyone was like, don't watch it, it'll ruin it. And I was like, great.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have my movie as I saw it. And I love it.
And never listen to the commentary. Never listen to the commentary on the DVD, because he basically explains, like, yeah, this is what's happening. And it's like, what? That's stupid. That's really stupid.
I might have to do that. I'm a sucker for commentaries. All right, let me read over these again. Number 1, which famous Pittsburgh director makes a cameo as a detective in Silence of the Lambs? Number 2, how much money does Marion Crane steal in the beginning of Psycho? Can you believe that people actually try to fight that Psycho's is not a horror movie? Like, that, it's just like, it's absurd. I mean, all of these, when people say, like, that's not a horror movie.
How does that even...
I don't know. It's stupid. How much money does Marion Crane steal in the beginning of Psycho? Number 3, what beer does Frank Booth hate, and what beer does he prefer to drink? Please answer in the form of a quote if you can. If not, it's fine, but try to. Number 4, what 1980 horror film is Donnie Darko watching when Frank the Bunny asks him why he's wearing that stupid human suit? It's in the movie theater. And number 5, Brian De Palma's masterpiece, Blowout, reunites which 2 Carrie alumni?
There we go. All right, so that is round 9. One more round to go. One more round. So again, if you are just joining us, or if somehow you missed it, if you want to answer, basically create an email to themovietimelinesguy@gmail.com and get it ready to go. And as we're reading off the answers, just type in your answers onto the email, and then when we finish off the round, just hit send. And we will get those answers. We are not typing answers in the chat. If you're typing answers in the chat, I just have to remove it really quickly. So if you are playing and you do not want to see answers, maybe just don't look at the
chat. Just happened. Someone just did it.
I know. That's actually the second time that they have done it. So
2 strikes.
Yeah. So the final round, round 10. Yeah, this is tough. And what's even tougher is I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll go over the answers. I guess we'll go over the answers tonight.
Yeah, we can.
At the end of it.
Yeah, why not? do the cutoff, and then you can always cut this. You can edit the stream, can't you?
Yeah, and then make it like a second. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we're doing.
Yeah, do a second stream. We're just like answer stream.
Yeah.
Don't upload it. Fine.
All right. So we're now ready for the final round. Round 10. The Super Challenge. These are questions that I thought were hard. Yeah. Although, mainly because they're slightly more obscure movies. But if you are a horror fan, they might be easy. I don't know. I mean, I thought of them off the top of my head. So it's like, but I was just like, what weird stuff do I know? And this was this stuff. So here we go. Get that email ready to go, because here are the questions. There's only 5 here, and there's an extra point here. Question number 1 in the 1985 movie Demons. What is the name of the mysterious theater that everyone becomes trapped in? It's a movie theater. The main reason why I know it is it's actually the same name as a nightclub from my hometown. So I'll always remember it because of that. Question number 2. The main character from the movie Dead Heat has a very ironic full name. What is it? Question number 3. The pimp in Frankenhooker shares his name with a famous hero. What is it? Question number 4. This is the hardest one. Which Howling film was actually an attempt to make a more accurate version of the original 1977 Howling novel?
This was the only one I knew. When you sent me these, that was the only one I knew.
Really?
Well, actually, I knew number 5. But in the original list, that was the only one I
knew. Number 5, you've seen him in dozens of movies and quite a few of my timelines. And you mostly know him as Spider or Demon. But what is the actor's real name? You could also know him from the Ernest basketball movie. Why can't I think of the Ernest basketball movie right now? He's in that. And then there's a bonus question on here that is not hard. Here's your extra point. We have the double points for you if you use the term Grady twins, if you think you know all of the answers correctly. The extra point is, what film are the Grady twins from? That should be easy. All right, so I'm going to read over them again really quickly here in case you missed some. Here's your refresher. Number 1, in 1985's Demons, what is the name of the mysterious theater that everyone becomes trapped in? Number 2, the main character in the film Dead Heat has a very ironic full name. What is it? Number 3, the pimp in Frankenhooker shares his name with a famous hero. What is it? Number 4, which Howling film is actually an attempt to make a more accurate version of the original 1977 Howling novel? And finally, number 5, you've seen him in dozens of movies and mostly know him as Spider or Demon, but what is this actor's real name? And finally,
baby.
And then finally, for the extra point, we've talked about the Grady twins as a double score thing for the rounds. What film are the Grady twins from? And then those are all the questions. There we go. That's 10 rounds worth. That was a lot of questions. Pretty good.
Yeah. Let's do an answer stream. Let's do it. Let's give it to them. Let's give what the people want.
Yeah. So we're going to go over some answers now. If you're still typing in the answers to that to the round 10, that's fine. You can still put them through there because these answers are going to be from the early rounds. So here we go. So round number 1 was movie monsters, and the first question was Q is about a dragon in New York City. I'll say it here. If somebody wants to shout it out in the chat, go ahead and shout out the answer in the chat. We're now allowing answers in the chat. If you know it, what does Q stand for? Let's see if anybody can type it properly. Oh, you know what? There's a lag. This is not going to work because I'm going to have to wait It's not going to work. So forget the questions in the chat. I'm just going to read off the answers here. Q stands for Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl. Number 2, in Tremors, a full-size creature is a graboid. What are the other 3 versions of their life cycle called? They are graboids, and then they are shriekers, and then they are ass blasters, and then a baby graboid is called a dirt dragon. Number 3, a prehistoric monster known as Rhedosaurus attacks a lighthouse in this 1953 monster movie. And, geez, where do I have the answer to that?
The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms.
There you go. Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. I did not have
Great film.
We all know the film as Pumpkinhead. But what was the title going to be for a little while before they smartly changed it back? It was going to be called Vengeance the Demon. I'll accept just Vengeance. And then finally, according to the director, what is the final monster supposed to be in the 2020 film Underwater? And the answer is Cthulhu. I'll accept any spelling of that.
Spoiler alert. Seriously, everyone go see Underwater. It's really good.
Go ahead. You want to take here round 2? Buzz took, which was the aliens.
Yeah, aliens. Besides Charlie, which character appeared in the first 4 Critters films? That would be Ugg, the bounty hunter. He's in all 4. Number 2, in Night of the Creeps, space slugs cause people to turn into zombies. What other horror film features space slugs that also turn people into zombies? That would be Slither, James Gunn's Slither, which is a great movie, but yeah, a total ripoff of Night of the Creeps. The Thing and its 1982 remake were both adapted from what horror novella? I should say The Thing from Another World and the 1982 remake, The Thing, were adapted from Who Goes There by Joseph Campbell. It's a great little novella.
It's a great book.
Yeah. Number 4, everyone knows who Gord is, but what is his alien boss's name? That'd be Klaatu. Number 5, what type of creatures were the villains in the movie Life Force? Space vampires.
I'll take vampires. I'll accept vampires as well too. Vampires is fine.
But they were from space, Josh. Specifically, space vampires.
Yeah, technically they're space vampires, and that would be the correct answer. But if you just put vampires, I'm cool with it.
Naked space vampires. Yep, that's it for round 2. Oh wait, no, there's one more. So I forgot. In Alien 3, in the Alien 3's assembly cut, instead of a dog, what kind of animal is impregnated by a facehugger? An ox.
Yeah,
it's a big ox.
Sort of like a space ox, right?
It'd be a space ox, yeah.
Like a weird space cow.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just like a regular ox, but since it's not from Earth, it's a space ox.
Yeah, I'll accept alien vampires. I'll accept energy vampires. All that is good. As long as you got the word vampires in there, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so round 3, which was It's All Relative. Question number 1, what was the name of Jason Voorhees' niece, who was just a teeny little baby? Her name was Stephanie. Stephanie Kimball, to be exact, but I'll take just Stephanie. Are we accepting cow? Are we accepting, like, cow for ox?
Yeah, people probably didn't. It's fine.
We'll take cow. We'll take cow. Cow's cool.
Yeah. But you guys should feel bad, because now you have to know that it's an ox. Never get it wrong again. Oh, I like this Barry guy. He's just like, cow is wrong. Technically, it's wrong. Normally, I'm pretty hardcore about this, but, we're supposed to be a little bit easier. Barry, extra hats off to you. I'm just going to give you the shout out. You got it right. Everyone else doesn't really know how to, figure out what an animal is.
How about this? I'm going to say this right now. If you put cow, you get a point. But if you say ox, you get 2 points. You get an extra point if you say ox.
I like that.
There we go.
If we're accepting cow, we have to accept bull, too. Even though it's all bullshit.
So which of the following people close to Sidney Prescott was not revealed to be a killer? Her boyfriend, her brother, her niece, or her cousin? The answer is her niece. Her boyfriend was in the first movie. Her brother, technically half-brother, was in the third movie. And her cousin was in the fourth movie. It was not a niece. You know what? I'm getting called out. Jessica was the niece, and that's kind of correct. Stephanie was the little baby, who I guess would technically be his grandniece, I guess.
I don't know,
So
dude. That's your question. I've watched that movie twice in the past 10 years.
I will accept either Jessica or Stephanie since I got it wrong. Since that was my that
When you
was me
sent me these, I had to literally I that question made me go, huh? And I looked it up and I went, oh yeah, that's the plot of that. I forgot.
So then next one was Maggie Burroughs was revealed to be Freddie's daughter and Freddie's dad. What was her birth name? Catherine Kruger. And yes, Steven has it right. Sydney doesn't have a dang niece. She doesn't. You should have known that. That should have been the big thing. Can't have a killer niece if it wasn't a niece. Yeah, her boyfriend was in the first Scream. It was her first Scream. Question number 4 is Cheryl Ash's older or younger sister in Evil Dead? She's younger. She's a few years younger. They may have only said that in the TV show, but she's a couple years younger.
They say it in the movie.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I mean, I've seen so many commentaries and shit behind the scenes of Evil Dead that I just knew it.
And then finally, question number 5. In the film Basket Case, the little guy in the basket is Belial. What's his brother's name? The answer is Dwayne. So there you go. So that is your round 3. Round 4, Buzz, take it away.
All right, round 4, horrible locales. All right, everyone seemed to like this round, so hopefully we'll see how well you guys did. Number 1, Santa Mira. That is from Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, home of the Silver Shamrock. Number 2, Antonio Bay. You have to say it like that because that's Stevie from the Lighthouse on the radio station in The Fog. Number 3, Santa Carla. It's a nice place except for all the damn vampires. That's from The Lost Boys.
Murder capital of the world.
Yep. Number 4, Amity Island. You know, you yell Barracuda, everyone says, huh, what? We yell shark. We got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July. That's from Jaws, Amity Island. That was the easy one. Number 5, Potter's Bluff. That's probably the one most of you guys missed. That is Dead and Buried. Great little flick. Number 6, Kista Verde. You moved the gravestones, but you didn't move the bodies. That's Poltergeist. That's the little neighborhood. It's called Kista Verde, which is the same neighborhood from E.T. That was why I gave that hint. Number 7, Woodsboro. That is from the first Scream. Woodsboro High. It's where all this stuff happens. Number 8, Hobbs End. John Carpenter, man, he loved putting fake locations in his movies. Hobbs End is from In the Mouth of Madness. And number 9, Outpost 31. Again, another John Carpenter. That's from The Thing. And number 10. Josh, did you get number 10? Did you know that one?
I did know number 10. The number 10 was one of the ones I looked at. I was like, oh, I know that.
Oh, you did the timeline for that one, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, that's why. Okay. Number 10 was Critters.
And I love me some Critters.
That's where the first 2 Critters takes place, is Grover's Bend, and the rest stop in number 3 is like 5 miles away from Grover's Bend, apparently. Apparently. I don't know.
No, all some good movies in there. And hey, as C said, that was the best round.
Oh, thank you guys. That was great.
Buzz came up with that round. That's his round.
Really quick, guys, I'll give you a little extra tease, just for funsies, since you guys are fans of these movies. Santa Mira is up in Northern California, near Antonio Bay. Antonio Bay is in Venice, California, Northern California. Santa Carla is actually Santa Cruz, same location from Killer Clowns from the Outer Space and Us. Amity Island is actually Martha's Vineyard in New England. It's right off the coast of Cape Cod. I cannot remember where Potter's Bluff is. I think it's Northern California. Kista Verde is Santa Clarita here in Los Angeles County. Woodsboro is in Santa Rosa, Northern California. Hobbs End, I believe, is mainly downtown Los Angeles and then like a little bit outside. I think most of it is in Toronto after downtown Los Angeles, which that one kind of sucks because you're like, Carpenter, you're going to Toronto? That's a bummer. Outpost 31, there is actually a location for it in Antarctica, but I don't know where the hell it is. It's snow covered, but they did build a setup there. And then number 10, Grover's Bend, that is again up in Santa Clarita. It was actually at a ranch. They built the house on a movie ranch up in Santa Clarita, and then they actually built the town for Critters 2 on this same movie ranch. And then in the first movie, like the church and like the little like tiny locations, those were all real live locations all around Newhall and Santa Clarita. So there you go. I know a lot about movie locations. That's like my one fail safe in terms of knowledge.
Well, next up is round 5. So here's the answers for round 5, which was the theme songs. I named a band, and you had to tell me the theme song that they were associated with. I haven't looked at the emails for this yet, but I know which one everyone's going to get wrong. Because there's a trick question here. The first one was Dawkin, and they sang "Dream Warriors."
I was gonna
Don't want to dream no more.
You have to sing it.
I know. Number 2, Fastway. They sang "Trick or Treat" from the movie Trick or Treat. Not the one with the little Sam, Halloween Sam guy, and the anthology movie Trick or Treat with Sammy Kerr from the 80s. I need to do a failure on a lunch on that at some point. Number 3, the Jay Giles Band did "Fright Night" from the movie Fright Night.
It's an awesome song. I love that song.
Yeah. Fright Night.
Mm-hmm.
Who you gonna let tonight? Great. Number 4, here's the trick one. This one you may not know. The band was 45 Grave. And if you said Return of the Living Dead, you were wrong. Because they did a theme song to the remake of Night of the Demons with their song Night of the Demons. Their song from Return of the Living Dead was "Do You Want to Party," which is not in the title. So that's the trick question. So there you go. Number 5, the Dickies. They sang "Killer Clowns from Outer Space." I cannot do that guy's voice. But it's a great song. They did the theme song to "Killer Clowns from Outer Space" from their hit album "Killer Clowns from Outer Space." Number 6, I feel like everyone should have gotten this one. The Ramones. They did "I Don't Want to Be Buried in a Pet Cemetery."
A little harmony there.
And finally, number 7, the band was Motorhead, and the song is "Hellraiser." Technically, Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, but I'll take Hellraiser because that's the name of the song. So I'll take it.
It is from Hellraiser 3 though, but it's a bitchin' song, and I can't remember who it was that said they never heard of Motorhead, but holy shit, I can't wait for you to experience Motorhead for the first time.
Yeah, good stuff. So then round 6 was Nature Run Amok.
Yes. All right, guys, here we go. In what 1977 film does a shirtless Leslie Nielsen wrestle a bear? That would be Day of the Animals. It is a wild, wild movie. I recommend it. Everyone watch it, especially if you like Nature Run Amok films. In Arachnophobia, what country was deadly species of spider originally from? Venezuela. They apparently export oil and really deadly spiders. In Piranha 3D, Richard Dreyfuss makes a cameo reprising a role from another film. Which character? He actually is playing Matt Hooper from Jaws in the beginning of Piranha 3D. It is absurd.
Such a great in-joke.
Number 4, special effects guru Bob Matty was one of the main architects of Bruce the Shark from Jaws. What other deadly sea creature did Bob make, and for what classic film? Did you know this one, Josh?
I did not know this one. Nope.
The creature is the giant squid from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Spielberg found him and pulled him out of retirement because he made that squid work. So they were like, you'll make the shark work. And then he didn't test it in salt water, and it sank immediately on the first day. So good job, Bob Matty. Number 5, Dancing with Wolves Academy Award-winning cinematographer Dean Semler first danced with what animal in this 1984 Australian Nature Run Amok film? Name the animal in the movie. Well, it's the same answer. Razorback. Or we'll take giant boar, but the movie is Razorback, and it's a giant boar. And if you haven't seen the film, you got to watch it as soon as you can because it's awesome. And it's one of the best shot horror movies of all time.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Because one thing you say about Russell Mulcahy is that he everything looks great in like everything he does. It's like really gorgeous.
Yeah. It's Dean Selmer, and he won an Academy Award for Dances with Wolves.
Okay, so then round 7 is past horror gigs. I'm going to name the famous actor, and you tell me what horror movie they got their start in. Number 1 was Leonardo DiCaprio. He was a young lad in Critters 3. Number 2, Jennifer Aniston, probably the most famous one here. I feel like everyone will get this one. She was in Leprechaun. Number 3, maybe a little bit harder, Jason Alexander with a full head of hair was in The Burning. Number 4, Jennifer Connelly. I will accept either Creepers or Phenomena. Either one of those. The international title is Phenomena, but the U.S. title is Creepers. I'll take either one of those. Number 5, this was, I think, the hardest one on here, Charlize Theron.
I didn't even know this. I was like, what? She was in Children of the Corn 3?
She is. I actually only know this because I did a timeline on it. And it's Children of the Corn 3. Number 6, Julia Louis-Dreyfus was in the fantastic movie Troll, which I just did a timeline on like 2 months ago. I love Troll. Number 7, Shannon Elizabeth was raped by a killer snowman in Jack Frost. Yeah, I know. It's funny because I love that movie, but that scene, it just does not fit that movie. Like it
doesn't fit any movie. It doesn't.
I know.
Like this doesn't belong.
Number 8, Adam Scott. He got his start in Hellraiser 4. Bloodlines? Wait, Bloodlines? Is that what's that called? Bloodlines? Hellraiser 4 something lines. Like the title's escaping now.
I can't remember. I stopped watching after 3, so
4's not, compared to what happens afterwards, 4's not like unwatchable. Number 9, Viggo Mortensen. He was in Texas Chainsaw 3. And number 10, George Clooney. The answer I'm looking for is Return to Horror High, but I will accept Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Either one of those will work. I'm cool with it. Even though Return to Horror High is the horror film, and Return to Killer Tomatoes is just a comedy, but I'll take it. It's horror comedy-ish. And
both. I will say, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 is underrated. Good little flick.
It's dark.
Yeah. Has one of the best trailers of all time, though. I will say that's literally one of the greatest trailers of all time. The Excalibur, throw the chainsaw out of the water. It's awesome.
If you haven't, after we get done, go onto YouTube and type in Leatherface teaser, and you will see some awesomeness. So then we got round 8, which was the random questions.
These are the random ones. I actually don't know the answer to this first one, so I'm going to guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or not. Which of these movies did not feature Robert Englund meeting his doom? Urban Legend, Strangeland, Python, or Hatchet? I'm going to guess Python. No,
he gets eaten in Python.
He does.
He survives Strangeland. He gets really messed up, but his character survives.
All right, there you go. Number 2, the Puppet Master puppets aren't the only full moon foes the demonic toys face. What was the other property that they had a crossover with? That'd be Doll Man. Number 3, what crazy huge geek icon was the narrator for Toxic Avenger 4? Stanley. What kind of sharks are represented in the original Deep Blue Sea? They are genetically altered Makos. What does a 3-ton Mako shark think about? That's the answer to the riddle. The filmmaker who created the Feast trilogy is the son of which famous Return of the Living Dead actor? That'd be Clu Gulager.
I love seeing him in any movie he's in, mainly just because of how awesome he is.
If the New Beverly Cinema was still open, I would say just go to the New Bev, and he can be found in the front row on a couch watching whatever movie is playing. That's how Clue works.
Yes.
All right. Next one.
You also had round 9, which was the
still horror.
Still horror.
Still counting it. All right. Still horror. Which famous Pittsburgh director makes a cameo as a detective in Silence of the Lambs? This one was pretty easy if you know the famous Pittsburgh directors. It's George Romero. He can be seen in the scene when they're rushing Clarice out after she gets done with the Lamb's monologue to Lecter when he's being held in that little cage in the gym. Number 2, how much money does Marion Crane steal in the beginning of Psycho? A sum of $40,000, which I'm sure back in the 60s was a crap ton of money. Now it's probably a misdemeanor. Now this next question is really the whole reason why we wanted to read the answers out loud. And Josh, I'll let you read it. What beer does Frank Booth hate, and what beer does he prefer to drink?
I'm actually gonna let you tell, because believe it or not, I don't know why this is my unspoken rule is I don't swear on my channel.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but it's something that I said in the beginning, and I've just stuck to it. I don't know why.
Well, now I feel weird about swearing.
I don't. You can swear. You can swear. It's fine. For some reason I just always said that I'm doing it.
Fuck Heineken. Pabst Blue Ribbon. That is from, of course, Blue Velvet. Frank Booth, Dennis Hopper, hates Heineken, loves Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Great movie.
Yes. What 1980 horror film is Donnie Darko watching when Frank the Bunny asks him why he's wearing that stupid human suit? They are going to see The Evil Dead. They're watching Evil Dead. And number 5, Brian De Palma's masterpiece Blowout reunites which 2 Carrie alumni? Easy. John Travolta, Nancy Allen.
Very good, very good. And I forgot that I forgot that I threw in that bonus question in case you're not sure of the answer of LL Cool J, who fought Michael Myers and Killer Sharks. What is his hat like? His hat is deeper, bluer. My hat is like a shark's fin. So there you go. Real quick, because Barry actually asked, wasn't Roger Corman also in Silence of the Lambs? And I don't know if he was or not, but part of the question was that it was a famous Pittsburgh director, and Roger Corman.
Yeah, Roger Corman is not. That's why yes, Corman is also in Silence of the Lambs. He does have a cameo as the FBI director, but he's an FBI director, not a detective. So I put a couple of specific things in there to be, to make sure you pointed to George Romero.
All right, so the final round, round 10, which was the super challenging round. I hope people got some of these. I don't know. I hope this wasn't too crazy hard, but question number 1 was, in 1985's Demon, what was the name of the mysterious theater that everyone becomes trapped in? And that was the place where I went, the very first place I went when I turned 21 back in 1967. And it was called Metropole. Metropole is the name of the movie theater or club or whatever it was supposed to be. It was weird because it didn't really look like a movie theater, but obviously it was. Question number 2. The main character of Dead Heat has a very ironic full name. What is it? His name is Roger Mortis. Get it? Get it? Number 3, the pimp in Frankenhooker shares his name with this famous hero. The answer is Zorro. The pimp's name is Zorro. And I love Frankenhooker. Somebody was smash talking Frankenhooker. And no, I'm joking about the 1967 thing. I turned 21 in 1968. Question number 4, which Howling film was actually an attempt to make a more accurate version of the original 1977 Howling novel? The answer is Howling 4, The Original Nightmare. Number 5, you've seen him in dozens of movies and mostly know him as Spider or Demon or possibly Juana Man. But what is this actor's real name? It is Miguel Nunez. Miguel Nunez Jr., I think. But I love Miguel. He's in so many movies. He ends up in so many timelines, and he's always great. And then the bonus question is, what film are the Grady twins from? And that is obviously The Shining. So there you go. There's your answers. I hope you enjoyed the trivia night. Buzz, I hope you had some fun hosting here.
I did. Thank you for inviting me. I had a good time.
No worries. You know what? I think we mentioned this in the beginning, but in case you didn't know, we had originally shot a version of the first episode of Dead Last, the Friday the 13th one, but unfortunately the footage was really damaged and I couldn't use it. So I had to scrap it and reshoot, and Buzz was not available for the second time around, so he was not in it, but he was originally a part of the Dead Last. But maybe we'll have to. Maybe he'll come back for. Maybe he'll come back for a later episode. We'll see.
I don't know if you need me on there. I mean, my opinions were just outrageous compared to everyone else's rankings.
I thought they were great. In case you want to know, would you like to say what your top pick was?
For Friday?
Or no. I'm sorry. What can you tell me what your second favorite Friday the 13th was? Do you remember?
I'll pull it up in my letterbox. Was it something outrageous? I can't remember now.
I think it would have been controversial because his second favorite was Friday the 13th Part 5.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, I see. That's not outrageous to me. I wasn't even thinking about it in that regard. It goes 4, 5, 6. I think, right? Is that my?
Yeah.
Yeah. I go 4, 5, 6, 2. Freddy vs. Jason, Jason X, 3, remake, 8. First one, Jason Goes to Hell, and 7.
Yeah, I still had your ranking was still included in like your numbers were still a part.
Good, I had to offset it for all you.
You did.
All you nutsos that are like, the first one's a good movie. It's not.
Well, thank you guys for joining me. I will be probably taking a day or so to go over the emails and score everything up. Just so you know, if I receive an email that is after I think 7:30, I have to disqualify it because obviously that was when we started to read off the answers. So if I've gotten an email later than that, I got to disqualify it from the runnings. And I will be notifying. I'll be notifying the winners via email since I have your emails on here. I will be letting you know, and I'll also be making a posting on the channel. I will leave this video up so that people can play the game. Obviously, there won't be prizes involved, but I'll leave it up. So if you want to play it, if you want to show it to your friends and see how much they know, go with it. But there you go. So this was the very first ever Horror Timelines trivia. Maybe we'll do it again in the future. But thank you for joining me. Thank you, Buzz, for participating.
Thank you for having me, Josh. You've always been the host.
What's oh, jeez. I see my picture. I hear that music.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go put on a bear costume.
Well, thank you guys. Please don't. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us. And thanks for playing along. And we'll see you on Friday for Class of Newcomb High.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Wait, how do I do? I don't know how to stop it. I see my picture. I hear that music.